scary experience on the subway. We're going to the Globe Theater, where Shakespeare did his play. Oh! That?
Amazing! I love this.
It's a funny show. They did a great job.
They did. Trying a British cup. This girl is back in her happy place. You are so great at jumping.
Whoa. We're heading to the Tube, and then off to our first destination in London. What happened in the newspaper? Was it important? Yeah. Janae is working on her reading skills.
Wheat. Beat, seat, meat, wheat.
So we have about a 30-minute ride in, and we're gonna learn how to use this time productively.
Yeah, we're kind of used to longer drives in the car. We got all the kids hooked up with their Kindles and their audiobooks.
This is the loudest subway we've been on.
So we were actually learning last night that London was the first city to do this kind of subway
Back in the
system, the underground station. And it was obviously hugely popular and a big success, but the Central line is one of their oldest lines. So I heard that it's going to be redone soon. It functions as a mirror.
Yeah, that's hours of entertainment. So I keep finding myself walking on the right side and running into people. So not only do they drive on the left side here, they also walk on the left. And I keep, look, I'm doing it right now. I'm on the right.
It's just habit.
Yeah. Google was wrong.
You guys, I'm really glad we were able to come to this cathedral. It's very beautiful. I have to say that so far, everyone we have interacted with in London has been exceptionally helpful and exceptionally kind, even like cheerful. Like they're chuckling and chatting with us, and it's been really, really nice.
I think a part of that is that we speak their language, because in a lot of places that we've been, they don't always speak our language the same way we do.
I know, that makes sense.
Also, I think they're partly laughing at us because we're doing everything wrong.
That could be true. We keep being on the wrong side of the walking path, so maybe that is why they're laughing at us, but at least they're having a good time about it. That's where we were, St. Paul's Cathedral. It's funny how when you're right next to it, you can't really see it.
What's the difference between a cathedral and a church?
That's the
I think cathedral is bigger.
I think this is like the key Anglican church in London.
We should probably research it.
It's the Anglican church.
The Anglican church?
That.
So it's when Henry VIII wanted to divorce his wife, and the Pope, the Catholic leader, wouldn't let him. So he was just like, I'm gonna set up my own church. So it's the official Church of England.
That makes sense. Okay. That's what it's called, the Anglican.
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 I can't do the word.
So angle.
Angle.
Anglican.
Anglican. Anglican.
There we go, you nailed it.
London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady.
Hopefully not. We're about to walk on the bridge. I hope it doesn't fall.
It doesn't look like an old bridge though.
Yeah, this looks pretty new. We're going to the Globe Theater, where Shakespeare did his play. I really like the London skyline. It's cool.
In a bracket of one of the most famous human beings who's ever existed anywhere.
This is not what I imagined the Globe Theatre as. This is amazing. Like, the theatre is so cool.
It was printed in 1623.
That original book.
That original document right in there. The people who have been touching that and printing that and putting that together, they would have known William Shakespeare on a personal level.
You girls in a throne.
This girl
I saw.
Yep, they were practicing while we were in there. We're coming down by the Thames River.
Janae, let's throw these rocks in at the same time.
So after the tour, we're doing a little debriefing and having a snack.
About Shakespeare's life. Well, for starters, he was born in Stratford-upon-Avon in 1564, the third child of John and Mary Shakespeare.
Because of how much information there is here, we had each of the kids take a different color. They're gonna learn about what there is to learn about in that section and then teach us. You got the blue section, Janae?
Yeah.
Okay.
Globe. It was like open.
One of the most interesting things is he was a part owner and investor in the Globe Theater as well.
Hand them in to the master of the revels, and they would have to be approved. Oh. Yeah.
So basically, it only shows the pictures, but I've been noticing that some people don't have enough money to live in the houses. So
The sound effects. Can you make wind? Would have looked like the Globe Theater.
And then pushing the backstage.
Costumes. Let's see it, Isaac.
I'm so sophisticated.
Yours is so shiny, Isaac.
Whoa!
Whoa!
And
Nice.
I want to change my.
You see what you feel inside.
There's nothing in here.
So a skull is actually a big part of Hamlet. So pretty. That one's heavy. Mom's jumping in. Perfect. Well, we're having fun with the costumes.
So it says that they make up to about 300 costumes per show.
I remember in high school reading Shakespeare, but I love that we're getting to experience it, see it, put on the costumes, be a part of workshops, watch the shows. Like, we're gonna be studying Shakespeare for this next week, and there's gonna be a lot of hands-on learning. Puck, the character, says this in A Midsummer Night Dream.
wait, who is Puck?
He's a fairy.
I've heard.
Oh my goodness, he's
Like
in my book.
Oberon's little helper.
That she's reading.
In my book. And this is all suck.
What nice hair you have, husband.
Now I must go. I have a meeting.
Okay, let me just put my hat on before I go.
That looks so funny.
Look at this. A girl recommended Nando's, so we're here now. We're gonna give it a try. Wow, this looks amazing. Well, Nando's has been a huge hit. Everything we got was gluten-free, and it's amazing.
We're able to order it family style, which is just really convenient. So we all ordered water, just like we almost always do. But we were checking out the drink menu, and it's super interesting. You can get these Cokes, which are the Diet Coke or the Coke Zero for this price. But the original Coke is more. And do you see these words down here? It says sugar levy applied. Is there literally a tax for buying something that has more sugar in it because it's not healthy for you? I don't know. But that's what it seems like, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right, so on our walk to the playground, we stumbled across the site of the actual Globe Theater. Here stood the actual Globe Playhouse.
Except it's not actually here because it got burnt down
It did get burnt
by
down.
the big fire.
Yeah. So, but this is where it stood once upon a time. That's fun to see the original site and to read more about the story of it there. A tour guide came by and was giving someone else a tour, so we quietly stood in the corner and waited for them to pass so that we could get our turn up to the front to see it. But we learned a lot of interesting facts during that time. Shakespeare became very famous during his lifetime. 5% of books published during his lifetime had his name on it. Wow.
Well, Kendra and all the other kids went off to an adventure park. Caleb and I are looking for his hoodie. It got left somewhere. All right, not at Nando's. We're gonna go check out the Globe Theater. My guess was that we left it right here by the drinking fountain. Is it here? No. Okay, maybe by the costumes. I might have thought it was a costume and accidentally like flung it up. Alright, not here. The search continues.
Wait. There we go. Walk, walk, walk.
But I took it off here.
Yeah, I remember carrying it to the water.
Do you remember carrying it out of the place? Do you remember putting it in the
I
backpack?
thought I would have put it in the backpack.
Here.
Well, we are very lucky. We actually found it. We were about to leave.
Well, we didn't find it.
And we asked one last person, and we were just walking up, and it happened to be right here. All right, we're finally meeting up with everybody here at the adventure park. Caleb has already taken off, and he's playing. That is close.
Adios.
Woo! So they're trying to set up a soccer game with some friends, football game. And Isaac and Caleb are really excited because we are getting ready to go to a big football match in just a day or two. The game has begun. Oh! Looks like Laura has made some friends. I got him going. Oh! Oh! Just missed!
Okay, so I told you how we ran into that tour guide there and we were like quietly listening. Okay, so the tour guide said that they were excavating and they were trying and they just found nothing and nothing and nothing. And finally it was their very last day to search for ruins and there were only 2 guys left. So they came and they removed the porta potties that had been there during the entire excavation process. And the 2 guys were like, hey, it's our last day. Let's dig under where the porta potties were. They dug underneath the porta potties and they found the ruins of the Globe Theater. There they were.
That's classic.
I think Shakespeare would have liked that. I think that would have made him chuckle. Anyway, we heard such amazing stories from that tour guide. She was just a masterful storyteller. I learned a lot about the Rose Theater, and now I really want to try reading some plays by Christopher Marlowe. I've never read any works from contemporaries of Shakespeare. Like, what were the other playwrights during his time like? So interesting.
All right, Elise is reading a new book now. What is it?
Pride and Prejudice. It's good. It's kind of complicated.
She told me that they went to a dance and met some rude guy.
Yeah.
She's gonna love it. Keep going. It's pretty complicated writing.
Yeah. I mean, it's okay right now. It's just starting to get better though.
Jane Austen, though, classic English writer.
I think that's why Mom assigned it to me.
For sure.
Caleb was pretty excited to see what street we're on. Caleb Street. This is darling. Well, on the way home on the metro, Janae was tired, so I was holding her in my arms when we climbed onto the metro, and it was so crowded. And as soon as I was on holding Janae, a gentleman stood up and offered me his seat. And I was so grateful. I have been so touched by that. In every country that we've been in so far, when people see me with Janae, there's always been somebody who gets up and allows Janae and I to sit down and rest our feet. Sometimes she's sleeping on my shoulder. You know, it's just been really touched by that.
You're doing woo!
Then far, far away, there was another one. Run, 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 I declare above war. Oh, you okay? Oh, I gotta go start the laundry, peanut butter. Well, we're ending off the evening super glamorously. We're doing laundry and eating peanut butter sandwiches and going to bed because we've got another full day tomorrow.
Suppose you were creating a theatre in Shakespeare's time. What would it look like? How the actors appear and disappear, and what others?
And we heard it never rains in London. Just kidding. London's kind of known for rain.
Luckily, I have my rain jacket.
Luckily, I have my rain jacket and pants and
Another
two jackets.
Yep.
I have my own umbrella.
Laura and Kendra have the cutest matching hair today. And Kendra's wearing our favorite outfit today. The onesie. No, I love it. I said it's our favorite outfit.
They found a library. There's
Yeah, we'll have
something.
to come back.
Come on, we'll go to the
We'll come
library
back to
another
the-
day. Here's
Hey,
the
look, there's all the story times and stuff. We'll have to come and visit. They have like all kinds of things on Wednesdays and Fridays and Mondays.
Children's pop-up cinema.
Ooh, every Saturday. That's today at 3 p.m.
They have a chess club
Here today. They have a chess club.
every Saturday.
So here's the current rain setup.
I'm still getting wet though.
This isn't quite as good as the poncho monster, but it's another look.
It's really raining.
My feet are soaked.
Pleasant yesterday.
How to skirt across the bridge. We're back to the Globe Theater. We're still studying Shakespeare. There's a family-friendly, more kid-focused comedy show that helps introduce the kids to A Midsummer Night Dream. And then there's a workshop we're going to be doing afterwards. Last night we watched several videos and Kendra was reading to them the story of Midsummer Night Dream so they're familiar with it. So we're coming into the Wanamaker Theater. So it's intermission right now, but it has been super fun. It's very interactive. They're constantly breaking the fourth wall. So they actually called Kayla by name.
Premiere of our brand new play, written by Nicholas Bottom here.
We are gonna need your help. Duke and Duchess are coming. We're gonna give them a show they never forget.
All right, we just got out of the show. It was hilarious, a lot of fun. And now we're heading to the workshop where the kids are gonna get to do their own acting and learn more about A Midsummer Night Dream.
We're all gonna just like dive in, including no matter how tall or short you are, you're gonna be an actor today.
Well, the workshop was a lot of fun.
Well, this is just a bunch of handy Shakespearean insults I can use for when we get home.
One of the exercises they had us do was to pick a set of Shakespeare insults to give to each other. The kids all really enjoyed that exercise.
I have so many to use on my siblings now.
I just went down the list.
Hugger mugger.
That kid needs.
So what was neat was you really got to be silly and creative, and it was just playful. We're walking through Borough Market. It has a long history here in London, and so we're checking out the shops. And while it's raining outside, it's nice to be covered. Would you like some stinky cheese?
No.
They have a big stinky cheese. Well, the cheese, you want to try it? I want to try it. Yes.
Thank you.
How stinky is the cheese?
Pretty stinky.
Pretty stinky? Let's give it a try.
It's different.
Oh, it's good. This is really, really crowded. Yeah, we're gonna have to do fish and chips soon. Let's go.
Trying a British cup.
I got pork tacos. Here you go, bro. I have some.
I just don't want any.
How is it?
So good. Best strawberries and best chocolate.
Oh my.
It's like Zupas, but fresh. Whoa!
We're once again going to the Globe Theater for the last time.
In the rain.
In the rain. To watch A Midsummer Night's Dream. We're in line. This is the Groundlings queue.
Yes!
So we got the classic Groundlings tickets, which means we're out in open air, not covered, standing for the next 2.5 hours to watch the play in the rain. There's the stage. We're putting ponchos on.
I'm so excited to be groundling.
Yep. We're at intermission. What have you thought of the show?
It's been pretty good.
There was a really funny part where a pigeon
Oh yeah.
flew onto the stage.
And the
They just went with it. They actually made it like the focus of part of the scene. It was really funny. Caleb, what do you think of the show so far?
Really good. So I know the story all the way.
And you've read the book.
So it's been very helpful.
So what do you think of standing through the whole play?
The rain hasn't impacted it much. My legs are a little
Sore.
I don't know, just bending felt weird, but
I don't really notice it. I'm too focused on the play.
Luckily we have a really great spot.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here, whilst these visions did appear. Give me your hands, if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.
All right, it's over. What'd you think?
amazing. I love this. So funny.
It's a funny show. They did a great job.
They did.
Well, we had a pretty scary experience on the subway. A woman sitting across from us was something was wrong with her. And so I went over and just knelt down by her and held her, and she lost consciousness. And for a while, she looked like she was having a seizure. And so I just held her, and she ended up throwing up all over. She eventually got consciousness, and we were able to help her and a friend off of the subway. Luckily, she did regain consciousness. She was able to communicate with us. And I was checking, like, do you have epilepsy? Do you have diabetes? And I was really just trying to keep her from falling onto the floor. And anyway, she regained consciousness and was able to get off of the subway.
I wonder if they're gonna take her to the hospital.
Yeah, it just depends how serious it is. Hopefully she's okay.
For like her.
Yeah, she was really scared.
Were you?
I mean, I have been luckily with Caleb being around seizures. It wasn't something that really scared me. I just wanted to make sure she would be safe. I do need to go wash my hands though, because I didn't get out of the experience completely clean.
Treehouse out.
Well, this bag is bleeding out.
Someone's gonna think you murdered him. So honestly, that was pretty awkward. Get on the roof.
So beautiful. I like this plan. Hold steady.
I slid.
She fell right on her bum, and it's Kendra.